Hey everybody, this is Retro Cheese. I'm Jim.
Mitch.
I'm Taylor.
And we've got a lot to catch up on. We haven't made a video in quite a while, and we thought it was time to change that. We've had all sorts of things happen over the past year in terms of movies we've seen, collectibles that have come the way of the Retro Cheese Lounge, so we wanted to dive into it. What are some movies we've seen over the last 6 months? Because we've gone through Halloween. We didn't really do much content for Halloween.
I know a lot of people this year have seen stuff like the Terrifier 3.
Terrifier, yes.
How can you be sure it was really him? I could feel it. Who is this Santa? He's scaring my kid.
Yeah, he's scaring me too.
Hey, Santa's handing out presents!
It's a very big series that's picked up that a lot of people are very interested in.
I liked it a lot. It was fun. It, was Christmas themed, and it starts off with a really gruesome scene to set the whole tone of the movie. And I feel like Terrifier's hit its stride in terms of its identity as a franchise, and so I dug it.
It only took the third movie.
It only took 3 movies to get there.
Anyway.
Yeah. What did you think, Mitch?
Yeah, well, the Terrifier 3, I was definitely terrified. There were scenes and stuff that I was like, are they going to go here? And then basically you look at the Art the Clown and you look at his face. I mean, he doesn't speak throughout the whole movie, but you look at him, when he makes a smile and just laughs that he's going to go there. And he went there.
He went there
in all the wrong ways in the movie. Yeah, it was. I kind of had to look away for some things actually. So it was terrifying in some ways. But overall, it was a fun ride. It was my first Terrifier movie to see in theaters, so it was kind of quite an experience.
It felt a little strange watching a movie that gruesome in theaters. It was the first movie I've seen in a really long time that felt like maybe it was a movie you shouldn't be able to see in theaters. What else did we have come up?
Alien Romulus.
Romulus was great. Yes.
I felt it harkened back to a lot of the good classic horror from Alien.
Yeah.
The scenes where they're running away and being chased were very well done. I thought the actors they chose were very good. The guy who plays the synthetic,
the
is
synthetic
so
was
good.
amazing. Yeah, amazing performance.
And that's what's crazy is that he puts on a new character several times in the film, and you can see it in his face, you can see it in his actions, and I thought it was an amazing job.
And it was parts of the movie had that creepy, sort of vibe of the first Alien, and then there were other parts that were much more intense, like Aliens, more action filled. You had connections to Prometheus and all of that sort of stuff. The engineers, sort of gets harkened to a little bit towards the end of the movie. I don't know. I was very, very surprised and pleased with Alien Romulus.
It's something that I always remembered was the whole film. You're thinking, oh, these people are about to get messed up or about to get screwed up, and commonly it happens. And it's it's going to happen, but it's very well done. Have you seen it?
Yeah, the new Alien Romulus. There were a couple takeaways for me. The positive, what it brought back was just the characters, especially the new female lead and. Mm-hmm. And then the ensemble of characters, which eventually dwindle down as the
they often do.
Yeah, as the xenomorphs gather, and then they reveal that they're not alone. But yeah, that to me the positive aspects of the relationships, and it made you really invest in the characters, and it made you like the characters more. And for me, the actor that played the synthetic, to me, that's it's a good sci-fi when you can get halfway through a movie and then realize, oh yeah, this guy's a robot. But I don't know. It's like
And being different robots, like different programs.
It's a good passing of the torch off of the Alien franchise. They did a good job. It wasn't a piece of junk, I guess.
Yeah. There's a lot of installments of the Alien franchise.
Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, and this one took place between Alien and Aliens, and I like the idea of like filling the gap and telling the stories of other characters in this same universe during these time periods. I like that approach. I like more than I don't know, trying to completely redo something or take it into weird directions. So yeah, that was cool. We also, during Halloween, I ended up getting this RetroRealms Halloween gift box.
It's like, of course, every Halloween we watched all the Halloweens.
Yeah.
But
we always celebrate Halloween watching the Halloween movies. But I saw this pop up. RetroRealms put together a side-scroller Halloween game and put together this collectibles box. And so, of course, I had to get a hold of that. So we dove into that, and a lot of it I haven't completely unboxed yet. But it came with this little Michael Myers plush. The game, I got the Switch version, and it also comes with an Ash vs. Evil Dead game as well, which that's something that I know you guys have been watching, Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah, this past Halloween, I didn't really get into the serious scary chills. I was kind of trying to take it on the lighter side, so I watched all the Evil Dead movies, and then I was able to watch the Ash vs. the Evil Dead TV series I'd never seen before, and so
it seems fun.
Yeah, the Ash vs. the Evil Dead series, to me, if you're not big on the horror, which like some of our other retro cheesers, are big on the horror, I for one am more like fantasy, action, adventure, but to each their own. But as a horror newbie or later into the horror genre, I suggest the Ash vs. the Evil Dead. If you still like scares, but you don't like to be scared too much, it kind of like, it doesn't take itself too seriously.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a fun time, the whole series.
Yeah.
And I would say if you like the Terrifier, you probably would be interested in the Ash stuff because there's a lot of excessive gore.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just
and it's in
style.
It's in that same
there's
vein
dark
of,
humor.
Campy excessiveness.
Yeah. And they make jokes about the show in the show.
Yeah.
It's they definitely don't take it too serious.
Other movies that came out recently was the second Joker movie.
Was it Freud? I can't even say it.
The Folie à Deux.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and
Joker 2.
That movie was something.
There's an interesting review I read before going in to watch it, and I found it to be true, was that Lady Gaga's character is the most interesting thing about the movie. And that says a lot about the film, not about her as an actress or any of the actors. It was very well acted, very well produced. It was just
edited into a strange experience. I don't know.
There are certain parts that played out like a music video, and maybe those were enjoyable, but yeah, for me, the Folie à Deux was just it was probably a one watch for me.
I felt like the first one was a very good standalone. And that's kind of the problem, because it was such a good standalone that it felt like the second movie, Joker 2, For All I Do or whatever, was unnecessary. So overall, I would say we don't love it. We do like...
I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah. I will say that, we do like the production value, the music, as Mitchell said. I may not have loved the singing and everything, but I do understand that they did a really good job on that.
Yeah.
And
it's a different take, but may overall have been a miss. They may not be given the green light to do that again.
Yeah, I think they're barely in the green still at this point, thanks to that movie.
I guess last night or recently you guys watched Dark Fate, the new Terminator.
Yeah, so Mitch hasn't... So I'm a huge Terminator fan. Mitch told me yesterday that he hadn't seen Dark Fate, and we've been on a journey trying to beat the T2 arcade game on Sega Genesis, which we can show right there.
When I play Terminator 2 with the Sega Menacer, I'm not afraid of deadly hunter-killers, the indestructible T-1000, endless endoskeletons, the evil Skynet. Nothing.
Bobby! Come give your Aunt Bertha a big kiss.
Well, almost nothing.
And so this is kind of spiraled into a whole discovery of Terminator games. And so we went in and watched Dark Fate. Just realized there's a card game for Dark Fate, which we're going to have to get and dive into at some point. But what we do have on the table today is we have the original Terminator trading card game, where you have like 2 decks, a Skynet and a Resistance deck, and you kind of duel each other. And then we also have the T2 movie cards. I have a whole box of boosters here
Catherine Brewster
that we're going to open up and dive into on the reels in just a little bit. And then we've got the T2 arcade game on Sega Genesis, and then we also have the T2 Judgment Day game on Sega Genesis as well, which is where you know, like the side scroller where you go through the whole movie basically. So it's been fun diving into those. So we'll be breaking into those. We're going to bring the camera around, open up these starter decks for the Terminator card game, open up some boosters and see what those are about. See if we can find some Arnolds. Arnold, get to the chopper. It's not this movie. And then
It's not a tumor.
it's not a tumor. And see what else we get into. So yeah, I don't know. These are some highlights of the retro cheese world. Anything else you guys want to add?
That will be back.
That'll be back. We'll be back.